not even Russian, and they're just 1099s as well. Let's talk about it right now, guys. I'm gonna put y'all on. Number one, Northern Express. I can talk about this one because I used to work there. It's a good overall company. They're out of Kentucky, near Bowling Green over there. And yes, they are hiring in all different areas, and yes, they are in Kentucky. But guess what? It's good overall. The home time, they're regional. You don't go that far. You do a little bit of Texas, Atlanta, Georgia, Florida, upper state, countryside of New York, Ohio, stuff like that. It's a good overall company. Ohio. They pay pretty decently, and you get to go home a lot more often, and it's not bad to be making what they pay. And I definitely recommend them. There's overall a good company. After you have experience and got a little bit of experience underneath your belt, at least 7 months to a year. Number two, K&B Transportation out of Sioux City, Iowa.
K&B? A Russian company? We gotta talk about that one. This is the reason why you don't take anything what people say on the internet, social media, or TikTok as real life, man. Right now, this man is on here talking about running for the Russians and how good some companies are.
Russians. Should have known.
In reality, you need to do your research on said companies. With that said, I actually did the research on said companies. And this drivers is what I came up with.
You want answers?
I think I'm entitled.
You want answers?
I want the truth!
You can't handle the truth.
So, are these companies good, like the driver said? The short answer is no. No, they're not. They are not. For most professional drivers, these carriers that was just mentioned, they're not good for long-term success. While this dude hypes up the Russians while directly asking his viewers to DM him for the referral bonus. Now, this is the main reason why a lot of these drivers that kind of like be talking out the side of their necks, this is the reason why they come on social media to hype up the Russians, because they want that referral bonus. Maybe this company that he's driving for is probably hitting them off with maybe about 1,000 or 2. But yeah, this is the main reason so that he can collect this referral bonus. Experienced drivers like myself, we know better. And knowing better is doing better. And doing better is doing your research. You gotta always do your research, especially when you hear something that sounds as far-fetched as this. These black op companies, they operating up under the famous or infamous Chicagoland 1099 model. While they always advertise about $2,500 to maybe $3,000 a week on the settlement, but the reality behind all of this often leads drivers, including myself, it leads them to feel like they're being cheated. All right, let's break down why all these drivers feel like these 1099 carriers be scamming them. But hold up. Let's get a close-up right quick.
Hold on.
So, the scam label doesn't necessarily mean that these companies might take your money on day one. Rather, it refers to predatory finances and operational practices that is built right into their business model. So these companies will hire you as an independent contractor, the 1099 thing, even though you're driving their trucks on their dispatch. Now, let me tell you something. If you don't know nothing about 1099 and you're a new driver, then I suggest you not go 1099 until you get your taxes together, because I'm telling you right now, If you don't know nothing about them taxes, you're going to end up being responsible for the full 15.3% of self-employment tax at the end of the year with zero health insurance, no paid time off, and definitely no workman's comp if you get hurt. I'm just saying. All right, so let's talk about the escrow and the amount of theft that these companies could potentially do, right? Most of these carriers, they deduct about $100 to $200 out of your settlements every week till the account reaches about, I don't know, what's the going rate? Let me know in the comments below. Is it $3,000? Is it $2,000? I know they take a lot of money out of your account every week so they can get a little padding, right? Now, when drivers reach that goal, let's say you decide to quit, you want to quit. Even if you honestly give them the 2 weeks notice, right? Companies will frequently invent fake truck damages, right? Let me say that again. Fake truck damages. They will invent some type of cleanup fee or some type of fake delivery fee so they can keep every last penny of that escrow. See, that's why they turn around and they be like, well, we will give you your escrow back. We're going to give it back to you after 45 days. Now, honestly, they supposed to only use the money just in case the driver messes up. And I get it. A lot of you drivers be leaving the cab fucked up. For real, for real. So I do agree that when they take the money out, they supposed to use it to get the truck clean or something like that. But instead, they be coming up with bullshit just to keep your money. And that's not right, drivers.
Yeah, that's what happens, man.
Oh my God!
Yeah, that's what happens. Where's my money? You gonna give me my money? Where's my money, man?
That's not right. You deserve your money back, especially if you kicked in $2,000-$3,000. That's crazy work right there. Now, allegedly, some of these companies or shady dispatchers, they be doctoring the books. But let me rephrase that. Shady dispatchers be cooking the books. They do. They be brokering the loads for like $4,000 and then turn around and get with the driver and tell him that it's a $2,800 load, while they pocket the difference and only pay you the $2,800 while still taxing you the 20% that you have to give to the company. That right there, drivers, that's not fair either.
Don't make a fool out of me, man. Don't make a fool out of me. I want my money. I want my money, man.
It really isn't. But it's part of their business model. That's what these Russian carriers do. Now, let me tell you something. Unlike a traditional standard W-2 carrier, right, that pays for breakdown pay, layover pay, detention, a lot of these 1099 joints, they forces you to absorb a lot of the dock time and a lot of the shop time on your own dime.
Hold on.
Where in New York, right here off the 90 Thoroughway, the Apple Green place with a commercial driver's lounge. Except for this driver's lounge right here, you have to pay for these showers though. But anyway, this is where I'm at. Just got finished eating some good old Chick-fil-A, which cost me about $23. Yeah, that was an expensive grilled chicken sandwich. I tell you, boy. But anyway, listen, I get emails, I get DMs, I get questions, I get comments. Well, not as much as comments, but It's more so in the DMs and in my emails of at anything. Listen, I want you guys to do me a favor, man. Stop asking me about your favorite YouTubers. Lockout, what do you mean? Listen, I don't keep up with them. I don't know what they doing. I don't know how they living. I don't know what I don't know. Stop asking me about them. I get you guys every so often. Where's such and such? Haven't heard from him in a while. Wow, what's his name? I don't know. I don't keep up with him. I stay over here and do my thing over here. I don't worry about them and what they doing in their personal lives. And I'm sure that they're not worrying about me and what I'm doing. So stop asking. Now, there has been a few, may God rest their soul, that have left us. The old guy from Smart Trucking. And of course, recently, we just lost Johnny B. Good. If I'm pronouncing your name wrong, I am so sorry. But everybody else, I don't know. I don't know what they doing. I don't know what your favorite truckers are doing right now. There's a few that still come on YouTube and chop it up with us. But everybody else, I don't know. They doing their thing. So do me a favor. All right, I'm not mad or anything like that. It's just, it's just cumbersome that every time I open up my email, there's a question about one of your favorite YouTubers. And again, like I said, I don't keep up with them. I don't know what they doing. I hope they doing well. And I'm sure if they want you guys to know what they're doing, they will definitely come on and chop it up and let you know what they've been into. But until then, I don't know what they're doing. Okay? I'm just saying, I don't know what they're doing. There's a few of us that we don't have no contact with anymore, and hey, that's quite okay too. I mean, like I said, when the cameras go off, I have a life outside of YouTube. So I do me over here, and they do them over there or whatever they doing. So do me a favor. I appreciate you guys engaging with the content. Make sure y'all continue on. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, like button, all those buttons. Make sure you come with the comments, because your comments are my topics. And you guys definitely do come with some good comments. If you guys got questions or anything like that, hit me up in the Gmail. That's lockoutmanpodcastguest@gmail.com. Ask me questions that I could probably find or get or personal experience answers to. But if it's questions about your favorite YouTubers, the answer is going to always be, I don't know. With that said, let's get back to the video. So listen, let's take a realistic look at these carriers that this driver is hyping up on his TikTok. The first one is Northern Express LLC. The verdict, high risk DOT trouble. Let me break it down for you. While their drivers know decent equipment, their regulatory numbers are massive red flag right there. They sit in about the 90% for hours of service violation. And their drivers out of service, their rate is 37.5%. That is above the 6.67% national average. Just know when you driving for this particular carrier, they're going to get pulled into every weigh station. Why?
Why?
What do you mean, why?
Because their profile is extremely dirty. And with that driver, you probably going to take a hit on your PSP, because the PSP counts as many times as you get a DOT inspection. So just know when you work for this company, what's the name of it? Northern Express LLC, just know that their background is nothing nice. K&B Transport, bro, you lost all credibility with me on this one, man. K&B Transport out of K&B? See, this goes to show you everything that people talk about on TikTok is not what it is, man. A lot of them just be talking out the side of their necks, man. K&B Transport is not a Russian company. They probably got some Russian tendencies, but this is an American company, bro. That's all I got to say on that. All you got to do is type in K&B Transport, lockout men, and I did a whole profile on the gentleman that was getting dogged out by his DM or by his dispatcher for him to continue to run while this driver was extremely tired. Now that could be considered Russian qualities, right? Could be. Next up is ATC Family Transport. Now the verdict on this one, they say decent pay, 1099 catch. The driver's reviews indicate that they keep freight moving fast and they offer good equipment to run. They also say that you can make about $1,800 to about $3,100 a week. Considering that, I come to find out that their safety numbers are much cleaner than your typical Russian carriers out of Chicago. That might be a good thing, but there's always a catch. Now, you, driver, are expected to stay out about 3+ weeks at a time with no employer benefits or tax withholdings. If you know how to handle the 1099 tax and manage your business expenses, then it probably could be lucrative. But you got to know what you're doing when it comes to 1099 taxes. Because like I said before, new drivers, 1099, if you don't know how to do it, will fuck you up bad. Lupus 7. Now listen, the verdict on this company right here is high stress, forced dispatch, and a whole lot of driver complaints. Now, this is the carrier that this driver is already working for. Now, he's giving them plenty of praise about the flexibility of home time and all the money that he's making. But driver reviews tells a very, very different story. Multiple drivers report dispatch pressuring them to roll through severe weather. Like if it's a thunderstorm, they want you to go. Ice storm, they want you to go. Winter storm, they want you to go. They also want you to take illegal loads up under the threat of pay deductions. So that's another thing too. So if they turn around and be like, yeah, we're gonna cut your pay because you don't want to run this load, that's a red flag right there. Now listen, I'm telling you right now, they also complain about excessive dock wait times without detention pay. Also aggressive conversations to their dispatchers, their safety department, and or log department when it comes to limits on their hours of service. And we all know what that means. The bottom line, drivers, these companies exist for a specific type of driver. Usually somebody that is willing to sacrifice and grind without the benefits in exchange for the money. And I already told you guys, I'm Team Russian. Go and get your money. Go and get your money. Because between tax bills, escrow withholdings, aggressive dispatching, and quite possibly your settlements coming up short, I see why many drivers walk away feeling scammed once they see the math is not mathing.